Take two. We are going to design we. Who's we? Well, me and the guy up there who's directing me, who actually, I think has the actual the ability to change my mind just before I make the action. I'm going to build the seventh gate. In fact, in this design, I'm going to describe to you that in my past videos a couple of years ago, where I was very dominant on expressing the year 5775, because the year 5775 is 2002, and I think it's Mickey Mouse's 100th birthday. 5775 is also 3 parts 25 and 3 parts 19, equaling to 4406, 86, 72. 25 times 25 is 625. First notation. 3 times 25 is 75. 75 times 75. Now let's start over now. You see the way the progress goes? Now I got to go back a little bit deeper. Okay. 1 times 5 is 5. Earth is 52. 2.5 Earths, okay, equals to 5. The rotation of the moon is 3.5, and the gateway is 7. It's 3.75. Add 2 more for the Venus gateway, the split. So now I'm going to tell you that 75 times 75 is 5625. 5625. 56, the red sun. 25, Earth. 56 is a representation of 21 because 52 is at the 7th gate. So 5 and 2 is present. So now I'm going to make the next 2 numbers present for 1 and 2. So 5 and 2 is 7. So 3 and 7 create this. Now it's all basic. All it is an equation. It's a simple equation of multiplication and what words say. That's all. Now, 75 plus 75 is 150, representation of Mars, which is 1/4 on the clock, like we've went over, and 51 is the number to Mars. When I add Earth and Mars together, it creates the exact number to Mercury, the exact number for the 6 points, the 1 point, the 3 points, and the 2 points if you're caught in the end zone, and the 2-point catch for the Venus worlds, 2 and 2. 2 for, or the run or the catch when you're going after a touchdown, 2 and 2 to life. 2 points for getting sacked in your own end zone, and 2 points after the touchdown, 2 and 2 for life. 2 and 4 come together as a combination in life, creating 6. So 2 and 4 is an automatic. 2 and 2 is what creates the automatic. 2 times 3 and 2 times 2, BC creation. That's just what the numbers say, and that's just what the letters say. It's just that simple. 15 times 15, which is 5 times 15, or 3 times 5, which equals to 15. 1 and 5 equals to Mars because of the quarter time, because 60 seconds in 1/4 is 4 times 15. Now Earth is 52, so 4 times 25 equals 100% of 15 of 60, which is also 100%. 4/4. 4 times 15, 1 equals to the time, the other equals to the percentage sign. The percentage sign right now is at 0. 0% financing. 0% financing. How much? What is the number? What is the percentage of that number? Meaning the rotation between 6 and 9, in which is 2/3. 2 times 3 and 3 times 3. So on and so forth. 15 times 15 is 225. Plus 5775, we connect Mars over to Earth, and the Hebrew time creates now 6,000 years. We are in now the 2nd year of the 6,000 years. We are in 5777, commencing the 3rd, the same period of time where Christ appears. The end of this calendar numerological scale ends in 5781, which is like 7518. Right? And 18 is a description, was actually of, I'm going to have to flip this page over and see if I can find you that design. Now I'm in the middle of doing this calculation. I'm not sure if you want to watch the whole calculation. It's pretty clear in the house tonight. I like it this way. I look good tonight. I look good tonight. I know when I don't look good. I know when the videos aren't good. And I know when I'm using up all your time. But I have no choice, because this is sort of like my diary that I'm writing, and I'm talking to myself. Give me 5. This is probably the safest, and most economical way of life. Okay, so now we're gonna. I'm not gonna put this on RAM. Okay, I'm not putting this on RAM. We're gonna go back and we're gonna do this calculation. 57 and 75. 15 times 15 is 225, right? I can go backwards. Okay, if I go backwards to this, if I add it, I end up with 6,000, right? But if I add it again, I end up with 1995. Jupiter encompassed by Mars, or do I have to reverse it and go 9519? And what it is it's like bookends, and there's no books over here, and then you add the books in, and as you add the books in, the bookend moves apart, and now what are alike that were together are now apart. So we separate the numbers doing the same thing. I want to just take this break for 1 second. I noticed that I'm going to see if I have it on this paper over here. In standard-bred horses, most North American raceways run by 4/5 as a second, and in thoroughbred horse racing, they're running by the hundredths. Okay, when they run by the fifth, it shows 2 areas because it takes 2 times 5 to get 10. This one's already perfect. This one will create 1, 2. This one will create 2, 2. This one is life. This one is father. This one is a strike. This one is through the sun. This is the 10-10 world, or 1.66666, or part of phi riding on top of that horse. This is like a commercial break we're taking. You see 511 for towing? That's Earth, 5 and 2. You see 611, it's 6 and 2. You see 711, you see 7 and 2. You see 911, you see 8 and 2. But what about this? 6 and 1. The only way this can be done in Roman numerals, the minute you put a 1 next to the 5, it's saying 4. So because Mars, okay, is number 51, Mars is also saying 46. But let's finish this. If this said really 611, it should be 6 and 2. Or how about it being 7 and 1? How about 7 and 1 being 8 and 1, and this one being 9 and 1, and this one being, this one over here, 9 and 1 is 10, being 1 and 1. 911 now reverts to 1 and 1 in this scenario over here. Why not one way or the other? Or is 1 and 2 the only 2 numbers that are like magnetic and come together? Because the only way to create, now I'm asking, I'm not telling right now because I'm not sure of this answer, okay? The only way to get 1 and 2 is in all the dice. No matter what you do, 1 and 2 is in all the dice. Pick any dice. 2 is in this one, the opposite is 1. Pick any dice, 2 and 1 is in this dice. The minimum dice is 1 and 2. After that, 3 is including 1 and 2. These are prime. So we're just going to throw that away. So my question is, does 11, when you say 911, does it have to be 911? Can it be 9 and 1? 9 and 1 together is the spirit. So now we're going to continue on with this. Because inside of the same thing, the reverse of 75 is 57. 3 by 19 equals 57 times 3 is 171. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is 7 and 8. 7 and 8 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 15 equals to Mars. 7 is the gateway. And now we're going to get back to what I started with this video, and I said I'm going to design you the gateway, and then I'm going to take you back and do those numbers again. Stick around, right? Stick around. I'm going to create the gateway. What everybody knows to be deemed as the Magen David. Okay, we need to do a little separating here. We put this in the center. See the way these two are reversed? Like the caps for the jack card, right? At the same time, I can put these two together and make another hexagon, continuous hexagons, take away these points and can make continuous levels. And every time you put one beside, we get the open beak over here. X, 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 X. We went over this in one video. X, O with a slash in between, O with nothing in between with a slash in between. Just the way it worked out. Just the way it worked out. I was extending. So now what we're going to do over here is we have number 7 here. And now we have 4 7s, 7, 7, 7, 7. Inside, we have a 5. Inside, we have a 5, but it's from 2 sides. It's from 2 sides. So is that the real 5, or is this the real 5 over here? Is that the real 5 over here? And this one over here. Here's the other one. So we're going 57, 75, 77, 57. So we're talking about, when we're talking 75, 57, so we're right over here. And we're back to these numbers again. So now the calendar ends in 47, and 47 is part of 57, because when you multiply 5 times 7, 5 plus 7, it equals to 12 and 35, which is 8 and 3, creation, heaven. Let's just leave that out. It's also the letters in the CLU, and then the ZH and ZH and Q over here. So we get these two over here if you want 10 for communication, or 9 and 5. 5 and 4 is 9, 7 and 7 is 14. DNA, 1 and 4 is 5, 9 is the birth. 19 times 19, did we do that yet? 19 times 19, did we get that one out yet? 19 times 19 is 361. 1 degree, okay? 1 degree, 1 spirit part, okay? Carried in 10 man, 9 birth, over the 360 degree mark. When we minus it or add it, this will equal to 586, half communication. So as we calculate, 5 times 86 is 430. 430. This is DC. It'll become 436 or 435 because 6 and 5, E and F. E and F is the same thing as H and I in a way. This one is through sound. This one is through looks. They're tied together by the Father and the Son. Because the reverse in the 10 world, this one here is Abba, Ab, just one part of Father, so it is only one rib, Abba. Abs, more than one ab, 2 abs, ribs. This is E and F, also numbers 56 and represented by 1 and 2, and these are all 1 and 2. Abba, F high is all the same family. 19 by 19, when we minus it, it equals to 136, and that is your touchdown in communication. DC, 6 points for a touchdown, 3 for a field goal, 1 for the extra point. 5-4 is inside the sun. 2 times 25 is half and half. You can do all these calculations. Now, the thing is with this will now become 77, and that spells CH first. You can also say it's, Christ, if you want to go that way. That's what the word is. CH and R, 18 and 3 and 8, 18, 29, and that is the birth. 9/11. And that is the birth. Again, I forgot the R, so we'll put that in over there. 8 and 3 is 11. 2 and 9 is 11. This is not 11. 9, 10, 9, 9, 10, and this added is not 11. This 9, 10, 11. 8 and 3, 2 and 9, 9 and 11. 9 plus 11 is 20. As a single digit, okay, 9, 10, 11, it is equal. But as 9, 11, right, it is not. Now the question is, we've got 2 dice. It takes 2 dice to create 11. It only takes 1 dice, okay, to create 6. So there's a different implication the minute you pass it. But up to 9, because of a face is 9, because of this, and because of the extended numbers between the telephone, between 1 and 9 equals to 10, the first number on the other side is 11. Is it a number? Because 5 and 6, just like father is son, father and son, father and son. What else is happening? Father and son. What is happening on the outside? 4 and 3 DC, 4 and 4 area space in DC, 2 and 6 bringer of the queen, 2 and 3. So we're just keeping 1 and 2 out of the picture, and everything else. Okay, here's your earth, 5 and 2, 6 and 1 spirit of the half-life. Because 11, okay, 11 in numerological count for the word equals 63. And in craps, they call it yo. That's how they call it out. They go yo, 11, right? They don't complete it. This word in French is student. Well, I just wrote over my other word, but that's good. And at the beginning of this, okay, if you take the first part of the word, L, okay, as in saying she, Ellie, she, or the elephant, she, passes, lev, wakes up, passes, eleve, to elevate, okay? At the same time, ev is the beginning of the word Eve, okay? Which could mean the before, the after. Remember, if it's day to night and you're going up an elevator, it'll be a difference from one floor to the next. So we have to understand, Einstein said, it is relative. And it is that key word to understanding what relative is that creates anything. So now we have Mars, 3 by 19 equals to 57. 3 times 25 equals to 75. This one can also be said as 5 times 15 equals to 75. That 15 again is back to Mars again. It's 5 times 5 inside of here. So all these connect. 5 and 7, 7 and 5. They both create the same 35 and this number 47. 5 and 9 come back together, and this is the representation of 59 double dot 59 double dot O. EI, EI, O. Now with this EI, EI, O, I'm going to turn over this page and I will show you that Neptune, the number to Neptune is number 95, which equals to 5 by 9, 45, and 14. The foxhole passage in the sun created by the IT system and your DNA link that is stitched into it equals to 59. Now you want to go 59 with 95 equals to 14 and 14, 28 cycle of the moon, DNA to DNA. Look at Grover Cleveland standing on the pole holding 1441. That's what happened when they built Hoover Dam. I'm just telling you exactly how this all sinks in, and sinking in is also vacuum. How does vacuum work? How does the vacuum work over there? I don't know. I don't know the relative theory in damming things up and moving parts. Don't forget, as water goes down the fall, as the generators turn, while you're sliding something this way, if you're moving rollers this way, you're sending something the other way underneath the water. By moving water this way, you're moving the rollers this way, but they're also sending everything back. So now that we have this Neptune, 14 and 14, if you take any dice you want, use any 4 sides. Well, not any 4 sides, because you can't use any 4 sides. If I took out 2 and 3, all the other sides would say 16. If you took out 6 and 5, right, all the other sides will say 10. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 10. So we're just going to count around the dice. 6, 2, 8, 9, and 5, 14. 1, 4, 10, 14. Wow, I'm a magician. I just throw the dice, throw the dice. I'm going to roll 14. 2 14s. Yes, 2 14s. Perfect. Let me roll the dice. 2 14s again. Yes, 2 14s. But this is also special. 6 and 6 is a one-time deal, is 1 and 1. Okay. And 2. Okay. 2.
Okay, 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Where's that 5 and 6? 5 and 6 is a one-time deal. 1 and 2, they're one-time deals, these things. In and out of the world. Communication. So why do I have 14? Because, count. 6 and 2 is 8. 9 and 5 is 14. 2 and 4 is 6 and 5 is 11 and 3 is 14. I'm a magician. 5 and 1 is 6 and 2 is 8 and 6 is 14. 6 and 1 is on this side is 7. 3 is on this side is 10 and 4 is on the other side is 14. Because I'm a magician. We have to make things perfect. That's why these designs that I make, that's why these designs must come in and talk for us, because we are a musician. We are magicians. Now the question is, how should I color the rest of this? Okay. How should I color the rest of the picture? Well, that didn't take too long for my Johnny marker not to work. There you go. So now we have the diamond here, and then all these pieces and parts here. So I'm not sure what I should actually, if I should finish anything, but so now we have the 7th gate. Inside is the honeycomb. Each one of these is offset. Should it be offset? Where is the center? Over here. Where is the actual center? 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 Here. So now I will have to draw this and draw this. And now we have east and west, 4 and 6. East and west, 4 and 6 now comply. It must comply in the design. If I finish this whole design, we won't be able to see anything other than the design. What I really like also about this design is if you bring this down all the way to here, okay, if you bring this down, I can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but it will become a building. You know what I'm saying? It will become a building, and I don't like to come in between the lines, but I'm going to come in between the lines, and then you start to see as it's leveled down. You see the corner of this building, and then inside here, I'm trying to see how it would be marked inside here. See the inside over here, and then down. Anyways, we're not going to color this in anymore. So now you see how these two sides are holding this part here. Which way should this go? Is this going to turn into a duck? Is it turning into a duck right now? Or the wolf? Is this turning into an evil wolf? Not right sure. Not quite sure right now. So this is the 7th gate. 7, 5, 7, 5. 77 is Christ. 4. Now the question is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1. 2, 2, 1. 1 and 1. Would this be your 11, or is this part your 11? Where is it the 11? You see, these are identical. These 4 are identical. Forget about all the other situations and all the calculations that you make, that you have to make the lines perfect. You have to work with this square paper, okay? Because this is the logic. Okay. Anything else that's in between will be rational to its own situation for where and if it can be used. And if you've ever seen pixels in this world, the pixels aren't that nice. I can tell you right now, all basic pixels are terrible, and they need truth. A pixel shows truth, because you need a certain amount of space to do something for the naked eye to see it. If you are not looking at the eye of 2020, and you have to understand what the eye of 2020 is. The eye of 2020 each one of these has a value of 80. 80, 80. They meet over here, and 20 is cut off on each side, and meets inside of here. 40, 60, 60. This is what happens if you start to split the game. Over here, we start to get more understanding. Where H is involved, we now have the V, the Venus world, where the H is involved and the I is included. So your I is included in your H, and that is the core of the apple or whatever else you want to use. Because in dimensions, this can only be related, if you really want, as in height, right? Two spheres, one above the other, or the same sphere of any sort. So I think we've said enough in this video. I want to go back and see if there's any mathematical numbers that I didn't say in here. Right? 77 is Christ. 75, okay. 77 is also 10, excuse me, 0, 0, double 0. It is also 33 and 66. So it's the separation two sides, which is also shown on gematria. In gematria, you see it keeps on linking. In gematria, we climb up to 7 from 6 and down to 6 from 7. But then we go all the way down, okay? We go 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we say 1 again. Now either we're saying 1 here and jumping a level below, or we're jumping 1 over. I don't know which one. And if we're jumping 1 over, we get the 7 over here, the peak. So now we have 2 mountain peaks. You want to call them 2 brains if you want. Understanding how to proceed to get the 7th gate. We pass through 5, up 1 and 1, 2, equaling to 4, 5, and 6, the Deaf Federation. Federation Deaf, let's call it DC, or Deaf as in 4, 11, 41, and 1, which is Monopoly. And that takes place, if you really want to look at it, in the Mediterranean. Now, what is the relativity of the Mediterranean? It's the second property, okay? It's the second property, and it takes 40 plus 1 to get there, because you start on Go and Monopoly. We're all talking relative right now. In this, it is 4, 5, 6 in Roman numerals, also known as this. And you know that we can do this, but we can only do this. We can do this, this, and this, but we can only do this. 2 cannot be over here. They're saying 2 cannot be left of 10. Or with 10 facing us, it cannot be right facing. Right facing, halt. Do you understand? It's all, I just want to show you one thing. Harry, Earth, 811818. 9999. 82 cycle of the moon, 8228. 1 away from 7, 6 away from 7, the half-life, 1 and 8. 1 in between 8. 8 and 1. 1 and 8 is also very special. You know what I like about 1 and 8? I like when I draw the queen. Number to the queen is 62. So I'm gonna draw this number 2, right? And then I'm gonna draw next to it the number 6, right? And the eye of the cat, the heaven of all, is, so here's the 2, yeah. Here's the 2. Well, that's not working again. Here's the 2. Right. And then here's the 6. Well, that's not working. These things are drying out really quick. And then here's the 6. Right. And you just put them together and you have the, what they call tsire. Right. The tsire. Either you're holding up 2 children and you're sliding. You see these 2 pens? I can put 1 here and 1 here, and this will slide all the way down. Or it can be 2 eyes, right? Could be on a slider. It can also be connected. Okay, you can do a lot of things if you want. You can create the eye, right? Now you got 2 eyes. Oh, they're looking at me. And then you got some kind of brain over here connected. Oh, I've got something in my arm. So you take it up and you bring his arm into it. You know, and then if you want, you can just put 2 legs. But really what I wanted to show you is that when you create this design, right, it actually looks like 18. Okay, and at the same time, this part in between they call in French tirer, which means to pull. You know, you should go out hunting, you say pull, right, or shoot. But this one, pull, means also to open the door. If you want to open the door, it says tirer la porte, right? So this shows how 18, and this part over here, tirer, IT system, right? Re-earth, ER, Earth resident, 512. 512 memory, Earth resident, tirer. So it shows it all in here. And at the same time, you create the letters H, A, R, 1 and 8. When you add it, it becomes 9, and it's Harry, okay? And there's a G that is hidden inside of it because it's plus and minus if you want to go. So, however you want to say that. Anyways, 30-minute video is very, very long. I'm going to keep it short. Thank you for watching this video.